Hello and welcome to Formula 2 for Breakout Racing League here at the Circuit de Barcelona. I am your host, BRL Blue Flag, joined alongside me, BRL Alderfer Jr. Hello, Alderfer.
Hey, Blue Flag, what's going on, bud?
Not much, so it looks like we have a pretty good sized uh, field here today. If you want to go ahead and tell me a bit about the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya.
Yeah, so it looks like we got 14 drivers in the field today. It's not a short track, it's not a long track. It's one of those tracks that you get to, and you've really got to have your car really dialed in because you need to carry a lot of speed down these long straightaways. You've got a long straightaway from the final corner down to turn one that you'll feel like you're on it forever and you wish you could just go faster to get down it. And then you got a decent sized straightaway from between turn 9 and turn 10. One of the things that we need to watch for, there are three parts of this track that will kill a driver and kill a car. Turn 7 and turn 8, turns 11 and 12, and 14 and 15. Turn 7 and 8 is one of those left-handers to right-handers real quick going up a hill. If you turn in too quick, you'll be in trouble. 11 and 12 is the same way, and 14 and 15 are downhill, can really get you in trouble. But here we go. We got qualifying underway.
Yeah, but I'm looking like I'm gonna try and get on board with somebody. It looks like BRL Maverick and the BWT Arden currently up into third. Phantom up into first so far. He's looking good in the Campos under the Jack Aiken livery. Meanfern in second. Phantom. Wow, everybody's jumping all over the place. So little confusions with qualifying. As we're heading down towards those corners 7 and 8 that you were talking about, Aldifer. It looks like Cam Newton and the Retrusi is currently in first place, ahead of Boss Cookie, who is in the Prema, if I remember correctly. Let me just verify this. No, I believe this is the MP Motorsport car, the Mahavir Raghunathan car, it would seem. So if you guys know your memes, you will know Mahavir Raghunathan, as it looks like Caspita, Boss Cookie, and Ham Noon, but Ham's been kind of holding that pole position area.
Meanfern's kind of stepping up there now as well. He's fluctuating between P3 and P4.
Most definitely, but I do think Ham Noon's going to get this one-shot pole, and it looks like what's the result going to be? It is going to be Ham on pole by 5/10 of a
Almost
second.
5/10.
B-Dunk was disqualified from the session, so B-Dunk is going to be starting in last place today for the feature race, as we're going to be jumping into that soon. So looking at your grid, Ham Newton on pole by 5.576 of a second, over half a second, and then over Caspita, Boss Cookie barely behind him. Ferrari now at about 2/10 behind Boss Cookie. Meanfern, Taylor, Sparky, Deer Hunter, SF1 Roads, and Maverick rounds out your top 10. And now for the bottom four, you have Chandler, J. Lee Bowens, GK Phantom, and B-Dunk, who is disqualified from the qualifying session. That is going to round out your grid heading into the feature race for the Barcelona event. And I must say, Alderfer, that was kind of expected for me, seeing that from Ham Newton. He's kind of the master of qualifying, it seems.
Well, any league race where you've got Ham Newton inside the lobby driving a car, you can almost guarantee he's going to be starting within the top three to top four and finishing in the top five pretty solidly. He's one of those very, very highly consistent drivers, very well thought out driver. He always likes to keep a well balanced car. So it's not surprising to see him qualifying toward the front, qualifying on pole.
Most definitely, and we're waiting for the cars to get gridded up. It looks like we got about 30 seconds until the formation lap. Be in mind, these cars do have to make a pit stop. It's one mandatory pit stop during the feature race. That is the difference between the feature race and the sprint race. The sprint race is a little bit shorter, but they don't have to make a pit stop compared to the feature race, which is a little more drawn out. Feature race has a lot more strategy, where sprint race is a little more balls to the wall kind of deal. As it looks, we got about 1 second until everybody's gridded up, and then we'll be heading out for the formation lap. Ham Noon going to be leading them out in his Virtusi Renault Driver Academy car. As it looks like Boss Cookie's having a little bit of loading difficulties there. That could be bad for him. He might have to disconnect, maybe.
Somebody's running on McDonald's internet again.
Yeah, Boss Cookie, the endless spinning circle.
Hopefully we'll be able to load in here soon. I'm really quite excited to see this race.
Most
Just
definitely have
wondering what
to.
kind of carnage we might see down in turn one, if any, just depending on how many drivers really want to throw it in there and try to have a good time early on.
I think we won't see too much of that, considering most of these drivers are, respected, well respecting of each other, I should say. Boss Cookie's still loading.
Yeah, I was just about to say the same thing. Looks like we may be having quite an issue here with Boss Cookie. This may end up in a complete lobby restart.
Well, they wouldn't restart for one person. He would just have to come back in the sprint race.
Sometimes, though, with F1 2019, if he's not aware that he's the one having an issue and doesn't leave, there we go.
There we
He's
go.
left
Yep,
the
he has
session.
left the session. Yep. So it's gonna be the Campos and the Virtusi car. Oh, Bosco. Oh, he got disqualified. I was like, what the heck? Ferrari Nut. He's gonna have to stay on fourth in the grid. As everybody's heading down to for the formation lap. We got the new track map on the old stream, so that's pretty cool. See that the tires, looks like everybody went for the soft to medium strategy here. Pretty common. We're looking down the grid. We got it's another Vitusi, the Luca Giotto car. Meanford's in, Taylor Clan in. I want to say I don't know that car actually. I know that car. That is most definitely the Dams, if I'm correct, or the Carlin, either or. Pretty sure it's the Carlin because Canada King's his teammate. There's the I want to say the Trident. I'm having a difficult time. And then we have the BWT Arden, the Antoine Hubert car. Oh, somebody hit something, and there's the bollard, track bollards all over the place now. Chandler in the Prema. He's taking the MotoGP turn. That's interesting from him. J. Lee Bowens in the not the MP Motorsport. That's the Sauber team by Charuz. He has a B-Dunk in the Prema. Phantom in the other Campos car. As they're all gonna get started to grid it up here. Ham Noon on pole once again, followed by Caspita on the front row. Boss Cookie not gonna be joining them. So Ferrari not the sole man on the second row. Looking to get a good start as we're going to be looking for the lights to come on once everybody gets gridded up. Looks like we're waiting for that last two people to get gridded up, and then we will begin those lights. As the lights do start to come on, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. Just waiting for the lights to go ahead. Now it's green. What in the heck?
And mine was also showing the same thing.
Ham Noon off to a great start, followed by Ferrari already up to second. Casper down to third already. Taylor Clan up down to the fourth.
Casper gets loose. He spun out in one.
Oh, there's a massive
three cars off the track. Casper, Taylor Clan, and B-Dunk, it would seem, are all off the track.
Wow, and that just opens the door wide open for Ferrari and Ham Newton, who just drive away. Meet for Ham's teammate about 2 seconds back on them already, so already a big separation happening here in the feature race between Ferrari and Hamlin. The two last week who were going at it pretty well. And then Mainford followed by Deer Hunter and SF on the roads with Maverick, Chandler, J.Lee Bowens, Phantom, and Sparky all on their tail with B-Dunk, Caspita starting second down to 12th already, so that's definitely not good for him. Hey, what can you say? You know.
Ooh, Sparky just made contact with GK Phantom. Coming into turn 10 in the heavy braking zone.
Phantom trying to rejoin. Phantom's going to go down to 10th now. Does he have any damage? Is the real question if you want to go ahead and look at that. We're going to go look at J.Lee Bowens. Oh, somebody went wide. That looked like it was Sparky.
Sparky went wide. He's missing his right front end plate. It doesn't seem that GK Phantom's having any issues right now. He looks pretty good. But Sparky's definitely going to be down on pace just a little bit, missing that right front end plate.
Most definitely. As we're heading down that front straight, you were talking about that really long straight. Seems like it goes on forever. And we do have, let's see, so yeah, looks like we have a battle up here between the Prema and the Ardent. Maverick running a little bit wide, trying to defend off Chandler. Chandler, you're defending tier 1 champion. Maverick still defending him off beautifully in the Antoine Hubert car. As that Prema starting to get a little bit impatient. Big lockups from both of them. As now J.Lee Bowens and the Charouz car starting to join that battle. With Sparky, his teammate, trying to close in as much as he can. Chandler in the Mick Schumacher car.
Chandler's all over the gearbox of Maverick. He might try to make a move right here going to the heavy braking zone on turn 10.
I know he's not going to have enough.
He's just going to stay there.
Yeah, he was out of the draft there. Let's see if he's going to try and set him up on the main straight. Oh,
Chandler
he gets
got
bumped.
a bump. He's going.
He got a bump by J.Lee Bowens. Wow, great save by him. Now he is in a Charouz sandwich. Sparky and he's going down the inside of J.Lee Bowens. J.Lee Bowens going on the old F1 layout. He's going to get a penalty for that probably.
He might not. He took the escape road, and he slew down considerably. We'll have to see what race control has to say about it.
Most definitely, because he did gain an advantage. He gained a massive advantage there, and he is letting drivers by, but he almost collects Sparky. Sparky in the I don't even know. I'm not even gonna attempt that.
So far, it shows that J.Lee Bowens has only assessed one penalty for exceeding track limits, and it's only a warning. So he did not gain a time penalty.
So definitely lucky there for J.Lee Bowens as his Sauber team by Charouz teammate Ferrari nuts still up there with Ham Newton battling for first place. Ham's trying to pull a little bit of a gap. He's about 6/10 ahead. As we're gonna look at any other battles that we have. Caspita
currently right now, Chandler is having a lot of oversteer issues, and he has EGC Sparky breathing down his gearbox. Sparky's falling off him just a little bit due to a lockup in turn 5, but I guarantee you Sparky's probably going to catch right back up to him very quickly, and we'll have us another little show right here. There's a pretty good battle going on from about P6 down to P9.
We also have to remember Sparky does have that right end plate damage from the incident earlier. Chandler, I don't think has any damage, but he might have a little bit of tire damage from the little bump he got from J.Lee Bowens.
Chandler has damage.
Yep.
Chandler just got into the back end of Maverick, got him right in the gearbox coming into turn 14.
And look where Sparky is. Sparky's trying to capitalize. As Chandler runs right, and Sparky's gonna make his move. He's gonna have DRS. Chandler's also gonna have DRS, but he had that horrible run. And they make contact with the bank wheels going down the main straight. But Maverick's gonna be prone to Sparky dive down the inside. He doesn't. Maverick holds 6th position. Chandler down to 8th from 7th. Now Sparky's looking at Maverick. Maverick doesn't have any. He's just trying to defend from Sparky. Sparky's on a roll.
Chandler's going very wide.
Sparky moves to the outside. He's going to try to run the outside of the 19 car of Maverick. Sparky he runs wide. Sparky down the 9th. Chandler gets around him. He almost hits Chandler there. J.Lee Bowens now is going to have to go at Maverick. as he's probably gonna try up at this back straight as they go through
Bowen's
7
looking like he's got some really good pace. He just caught Maverick very quickly. He'll probably try to make a run right here. Ooh, Maverick
Oh,
very slow coming
and
out of
he,
turn 9.
yep, and he
Maverick
has
has the
DRS the
preferred
big
line. They
wheels.
bump. Maverick's going to have that preferred line. He's going to take the driver's left through that turn. He's going to take it through this turn, and he's going to have himself positioned very well to defend coming into the final 3 turns on the track.
There's definitely some great pack racing here from these, about from 7th all the way to 13th almost.
Big bump there. Jaylee Bowens just got into the back of Maverick coming into the braking zone at turn 14. Maverick almost lost it, so now Maverick's going to come into pit lane. He's had enough. He wants to get out of there for a little while.
Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. Sparky just slammed into the back of Chandler. I think he just destroyed his wing doing that. We're going to see if there's any other battles going on. It looks like Taylor Clan's trying to get into the back of Phantom. He's just right behind his teammate. The other Camp Plus driver is Caspita, who is trying to recover from that early incident with B-Dunk. So, B-Dunk leading the
still
pack.
Behind B-Dunk.
Yes, he is. But those 2 Camp Plus drivers, 8th, 7th and 8th right now, my bad. Looks like Maverick's going to be coming out of the pits first, so Maverick and then Chandler and Jaylee Bowens, Sparky is going to be last out of the pits there.
And Jaylee Bowens, look at the tires he's got on. According to my telemetry, he's put on wets.
He has wets on. He put on the wet
This is some
tires.
Toro Rosso stuff.
Oh no, look how slow he is. He has no grip.
Oh, no. Oh, I thought he was about to take out EGC Sparky just then. He's going to have to limp that car around and get back into pit lane immediately. What a mistake.
Oh my goodness.
What a pit error.
It looks like they're on the hard code. I thought they would have done the...
And now Maverick has Chandler all over him. Chandler's going to try to go down driver's left. He has to lock him up because Maverick is giving him no quarter whatsoever.
And it looks like Chandler's going to have to definitely set him up here from the straight between 9 and 10. As they go up 7 and 8 right now, Chandler's still looking away around that ardent. The Pink Panther. As now he's going to get DRS. He's going to try down the inside here. That's not going to work.
He backs out of it.
Yeah, he's going to slot back in there.
It almost seemed like he backed out of that kind of early. Like he decided almost halfway down the straightaway he didn't want to try that.
Yeah, it definitely did seem like that. Jaylee Bowens, though, oh my goodness.
Mean Fern just came out of the pit lane. He's got a fresh set of hards on. Deer Hunter's just exiting pit lane as well, and Taylor Clan, I believe he's being held. Yes, he was being held for a time penalty. I believe he had a 5-second stop go. They just released him.
Oh,
he's going to come out.
Chandler's in the wall. Chandler is in the wall. He is down to 12th now. As Jaylee Bowens is finally making it back to the pits after limping an entire lap on wets. Ferrari now losing Ham.
Well, Ferrari Nuts only lost Ham, though, by 1.7 seconds, and they've been on these tires for going on what will be 6 laps now, so he's not that far behind him. 1.7 seconds, 1.8 seconds can be made up rather quickly, especially in these cars. But now, look back here at P5 and P4, B-Dunk and Caspita coming into pit lane with Caspita literally almost touching the gearbox of B-Dunk as they were coming around that corner.
Yeah, now it's a battle of the pit crews to see who can get out first between the Campos pit crew and the Prema pit crew.
SF1 Rhodes also pitting. He just came in as well in front of B-Dunk and Caspita.
Let's see who gets out first. It looks like it's going to be the... Where's the Prema?
Still in pit. He just made it out.
Yep, just got him there. So I think we have a battle brewing there, as it looks like Deer Hunter gets past SF1 Rhodes. Rhodes in the Trident. Yeah, we'll just call it a Trident. Deer Hunter running along the line there. Let's see if we can find any battles. It looks like Sparky and Maverick going back at it. Because Chandler and Jaylee Bones their races are kind of over. Definitely looks like Sparky's trying to trying to gain time. Wow, that
Ferrari
was
Nuts had an issue.
nice
He's
track
coming into pit
extend.
lane.
I think this is a scheduled pit stop for Ferrari Nut, isn't it? Because Ham's going in
Well,
as well.
no. Well, no. Remember, a lap ago, Ferrari Nut was 1.7 seconds behind. When I just jumped to him, Ferrari Nut on track was 2.7 seconds. So somewhere in there, he had lost a second. So no matter what, he needed to come in and get those softs off and put on a set of hards and go back out after Ham. And they're both going to come out of pit lane at almost the identical interval they came in, with
And
GK Phantom coming
yep,
in right behind them.
Phantom in the other camp house heading into the pits now. Mean Firm and the other Vitrucci car, the teammate of Ham, coming down the main straight. He's going to be well behind those two. Ferrari Nut, actually, he might actually be pretty close to Ferrari Nut. No, actually, just kidding. So it looks like the gap to first is going to be 3 seconds for him. Deer Hunter and SF1 Roads. Looks like Deer Hunter got past SF1 Roads. Well, no, just kidding. It was Phantom going down the order. As we look at Maverick and Sparky having DRS. Maverick's going to go to the outside. He's just going to sail past that Ardent as they go into the heavy braking in turn 1. Maverick, can you do anything? No, he can't. He's all over the gearbox.
That almost looked like they touched right there in the
It
apex
almost
of
did,
one.
yep. They were so close to each other. I do not think they touched though. I think it was just nose to gearbox there more than anything.
To be honest, I'm kind of surprised that Sparky is this close to Maverick. Maverick must be having some sort of an issue. Because remember, Maverick didn't have any damage, but Sparky had wing damage. Well, his front wing looks pretty new. There's no damage to any of the end plates. There's no flaps missing, no tertiary flaps missing, so he got a wing replacement. So you'd think that he would have lost time while he was in there. We must have missed something somewhere on track where Maverick must have developed an issue, and he had to have gotten another front wing as well. Got a caution in Sector 3.
Oh, and Jaylee Bones is out of the session. He's retired from the feature race. Is he gonna partake in the... Oh, yep, there he is. Guess he just decided not to finish his feature race. Looks like Mav is struggling with something. For sure.
Yeah, but you look at the front end of the... It must be something with his car setup. Because if you look at his front wing, there's no issue with it. And we know that you can take one heck of an impact from the rear of the car and not have any damage. So I'm not quite sure what's going on here with Maverick. Maybe he made some sort of a front wing adjustment while he was in pit lane. And it's just not doing what he wants it to. As Chandler's going back into pit lane again. Not sure what's going on here for Chandler. Oh, he's missing part of his front wing. He's been in a wall. He's going to get a new front wing. And looks like his crew's bolting on a set of softs. So there he goes. He's got the new wing on. Crew's pulling the front tires off now and putting the softs on. And he may actually go a lap down. As he does go a lap down. So Chandler is now a lap down behind the leaders. And he's going to cycle out just behind Mean Fern, it would appear. Yes, he's going to cycle out just behind Mean Fern, one lap down. So this race is definitely not going the way Chandler would have hoped. As we got a battle, B-Dunk and SF1 Roads coming down into turn 1. B-Dunk's going to make the pass with the DRS. Ooh, little lock up there coming into 1. But he makes it nice and clean through 2 and up the hill coming around turn 3. Nice pass.
Yeah, nice pass from the Prema there. Having better luck than his teammate, I would say. As SF1 Rhodes tries to stick on his tail or try at least, get back onto the rear and try for a move on between 9 and 10. And this is where it gets a little dull. We're both trying to look for any battles, but everybody's pretty spaced out here. And if you haven't, please make sure you, if you're watching this on YouTube, please make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube. If you're watching this live with us on Twitch right now, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to us on Twitch. That means a lot to us. We can do amazing things with the league if you guys subscribe and help us out as much as you can.
Right now, it looks like the two closest cars on track are actually our one lone lapped car of Chandler and our P3 driver of Meanfern. Chandler on those softs is running Meanfern down at a pretty rapid pace, so he'll be passing Meanfern here pretty soon. But let's all remember that that's not for position. It's just a lapped car. Here we've got EGC Sparky. It looks like he just came out. Oh no, I'm sorry. Taylor Clan is the one that's actually catching GK Phantom. Taylor running down the front straight coming into one. He's making up quite a bit of time on GK Phantom. It probably won't be long before we see a battle between those two.
Also remember, whoever finishes 8th does start on pole for the sprint race with that reverse grid. So this is an important battle here, leading up into the final laps of the race.
Do you think it's possible that GK is holding back for that on purpose? He doesn't think that he'd be able to get past his teammate and then catch SF1 roads, so he's letting his teammate drive away? Because earlier in the race, GK seemed to have quite a bit of pace. Now it seems like he's kind of slowed down considerably. Not sure if it just may be on these harder tires. He's having some oversteer issues, some rear grip issues, but I mean, Taylor Clan is just running him down. He's made up 4/10 on him in just this lap alone. Probably by the time we hit turn 1 next time by, we'll see Taylor Clan making a move on GK.
Yeah, and GK's going to have to defend that because remember, whoever starts 9th, they start 9th in the sprint race. The top 8 are the only ones that get that reverse grid. So he's definitely going to want to defend this position with his life.
I don't think he's going to be able to. Sparky is much too close to the gearbox of that car. Sparky's going to get DRS right there and open it up, and he's going to be able to stay right in the slipstream, and there he pulls out. We're going to see him make the move to the outside. It's probably going to be nice and clean. Yep. Or Taylor Clan, I'm sorry. Taylor's made the... Taylor slides out some.
Coming back. Phantom's coming back at him. Phantom realizes he won. Well, also, be in mind, the tire age, Phantom only has 4-lap-old hard, so his hards are still trying to wear in, while Taylor has 6-lap-old hard, so his hards are starting to wear in a bit more than what Phantom has.
Yeah, B-Dunk now right on the back of Deer Hunter, battle for 4th. They're coming onto the DRS straight, the second DRS straight. Making their way down. Deer Hunter defending the inside beautifully, never made a single move. B-Dunk going to try to throw it around the outside with a lot of understeer. That's not going to work for him. He's got to settle back in behind Deer Hunter. Try it again down the front straightaway into 1.
Yeah, most definitely the Prem is going to have to hold back there as they head into 13, 14, and 15. And then the last corner being
Catalunya
16,
coming into Catalunya corner, going to make the run out. Deer Hunter with a great late apex there, gets a pretty good run, but it's not going to be enough to hold off B-Dunk. B-Dunk, there he goes. He's going to pull out of the slipstream. He's going to make his way very cleanly, very respectfully past Deer Hunter for a good clean pass down into turn 1. Good on you, B-Dunk. We've seen you make quite a few passes today, and they've all been quite pretty in my opinion.
Oh, and Casper gets by SF1 roads that are the Campos moving up into 6 now.
We've got yellow flags in sector 1. Oh, who was that? We got a car off on the left-hand side.
It's Chandler.
It's Chandler.
Yep. Oh, and Phantom gets past Taylor. Taylor runs extremely wide at I think that's turn 3. Turn where Grosjean lost it famously in 2018. This Phantom gets a little...
Oh, Phantom almost lost it. He almost Grosjean'd it.
Oh my goodness. The Sparky's now... Oh, Maverick's out. Maverick's retired.
Casket is going really slow. Not sure what's going on there. He's going very... Oh, there's a safety car. The safety car's been deployed.
Oh. Well, no,
so it looks like wherever... It looks like wherever Maverick has had his issue, has brought out the safety car. So now we've got a whole new thing going on here. Who's going to come in and duck in for a new set of softs for the last possibly 3 or 4 green flag laps of this race?
That is a
Who's
very
going to
good
stay
question.
out?
It's not going to be anyone from the top 4.
Chandler picks up a drive-through for speeding under safety
What
car.
the?
That's
Nobody's
he is
going
not
for
having
it.
the day.
Nobody is going for it.
Well, maybe they all don't like the way their car handles on softs. Maybe they all saw issues with it earlier in this race and they'd rather stick it out. I don't know. To me, if I was in the top, if I was in 7th or further back, I would definitely be coming in and getting a new set of softs to go to the end, because you know you're only going to have about 4 laps
Sparky
to go.
did it. Sparky's coming in for those soft
And
compact tires.
Sparky's going in.
Might be trying for that 8th place in that reversed pole.
If I was Sparky, that's what I would be shooting for right now. I would be coming in, getting these softs, which he has done. He's going to come back out and rejoin the pack in 10th place. All he has to do is make up 2 positions, and he's starting pole for the sprint race. It's a no-brainer, especially if you're the last place car. You can't go a lap down under the safety car because he's too close to everybody else. So go in and get those tires and come back out and fight for it. Make it up to 8th. If you feel froggy when you make it there, keep going. But in my opinion, he has the right idea. And SF1 Roads, GK Phantom, and Taylor have all lost out on an opportunity that I feel like they should have definitely taken.
Most definitely. Question is the Vertruzzi cars going to take a gamble? One of them going to go into the pits and we're going to stay out. We're going to see right here. Ham almost went into the pit. It looks like they're not going in. It looks like I think they're competent with how their tires are handling currently. Everybody's still trying to catch back up. Sparky, the furthest back, he's at only at turn 9 now. So
yeah, everybody has bypassed the pit lane, so it's only Sparky that's going to be on the softs for the end of this race. And with everybody just now getting packed up, I don't think the safety car is going to come in this lap. So it may be a 3-lap sprint to the end. And if that's the case, Sparky has all the tire to burn. Sparky could take that car very carefully from 10th all the way up to 5th if he really tried and was really considerate with what he does on track.
Most definitely. As they are coming around turn 4 and then the turn 5 hairpin. As the top 9 are all packed up together now. We're just waiting for the 10th place car, but he better make some quick ground because it might come in this lap. Keep in mind with the race ending soon.
Well, and they do have 9 out of 10 cars there. Oh, and Sparky just picked up a time penalty. He's driving so fast trying to catch him.
He's pushing. He's worried.
That's not good. Well, I'll tell you what. While we're under safety car, let's take a look at our penalties and see who all has time added.
It's hardly anyone, I want to say.
Well, Taylor and Bowens both have 5 seconds, but I believe Bowens is out, correct?
Bowens is out of the feature race, yes.
Okay, Chandler has a 10-second for exceeding track limits.
He's out of the race as well.
Sparky has a 5-second and a 3-second, so he has 8 seconds with the time penalties. So he's not going to do anything.
Safety car staying out for another lap. Seems, yeah. That's going to give Sparky the chance to get onto the back of that pack.
Well, see, but now the problem is Sparky has 8 seconds of time penalties, and basically everybody else left in the race has none. So the thing is, Sparky is going to have to get up there, try to make his way up the pack, and then pray to whatever God he believes in that every car behind him has an issue and they all Roman Grosjean turn 3. That's basically what he has to hope for. Because with 8 seconds worth of time penalties and they're only going to have a 3-lap dash to the finish, it's not going to equal out at all.
And taking a look at your position changes for the race, B-Dunk up 10 positions, Phantom up 5, and then Caswood down 4, with Boskaki the biggest loser with down 11, but he was unable to race in the feature race due to a connection error. As it looks like Sparky is on the back of that pack now, so the safety car would undoubtedly come in this lap. And we'll wait. We'll
Yeah,
go on
just
forward
looking
with
at
him.
this new beautiful little track map feature that they've added into our spectator menu after this latest update. It's a lot easier to keep track of all the cars on the grid and on the track today. I really do love this new full track map and mini map update.
Sparky has picked up a 5-second penalty.
I think Sparky's just throwing this one away. I'm not quite sure what he's doing.
Safety car, race control, safety car's in this lap. Safety car lights are off. Ham's going to continue at his own pace while the safety car is going to head towards the pits so that they can get this race back underway. As he's going to bunch all of them up together.
Ham needs to bunch them up. He needs to make their tires cool down as much as possible. That's what he needs to do, because is DRS going to be available this time by when they come to the second DRS straight?
And it looks like they're getting ready to go. The Virtuosi of Ham Newton get a great start there. Ferrari not trying to hang on with the other Virtuosi of Meanfern in third, chasing him down as they get green flag racing here for lap 17 and 19 of feature racing here, F2 at Barcelona. Meanfern trying to get onto the back of Ferrari nuts.
We got a big run from SF1 Roads. He's looking down the driver's right of Caspita, and he thinks twice about it coming into one.
Wow,
got a big 3-car jamboree here. EGC Sparky's dropped off the back of him considerably. Looks like he's having some sort of a lag issue, so he just needs to stay back there. But it looks like 6th through 9th is going to have a battle here for the last 3 laps of this race.
And if it was me, it'd be a battle for that 8th place position.
Yes, I agree. If I was the 6th or 7th place car, I would honestly be trying to slow down at this point, because I would rather have the pole for next race.
Most definitely. Remember, first starts in 8th. 8th starts at first.
He got oversteered. Taylor Clan passes him, and so does EGC Sparky. Taylor Clan now sitting in 8th. That gives him pole position for a sprint race.
Also, be in mind, 7th is also pretty good, because then you start second, which is still a front row, which is still a really good starting position. I know Chandler.
Oh, and Sparky's had some sort of an issue. He's fallen well behind the pack.
I think it's from trying to catch the pack. He's roached his tires.
It's possible. I mean, he had to do what? Basically two qualifying laps.
Two full pace laps. And
I can't watch this car anymore. It's lagging so bad. But you've got Taylor Clan all over the back of SF1 Roads. Looks like he is getting a pretty decent draft. He's going to pull out driver's right and look down to the inside for turn 1, and it looks like he's going to make that pass very, very cleanly. And now you got GK Phantom right on the back of SF1 Roads, but Taylor Clan making a beautiful pass there for 7th. So it looks like some of these guys really aren't caring about having that 8th place position, so they start at the front of the pack for the sprint race.
Yeah, but it looks like they're only going to get DRS for 1 lap, and it's going to be lap 19. So it's going to be like those fashionable unranked lobbies, those 3-lap sprint races. That's basically what's happening here, but yet they're all on worn tires and not on those.
And also think about this: Ferrari Nut is only 7/10ths behind Ham. So if DRS gets activated this lap, he's going to have 1 DRS zone basically to give it all that he's got, as long as he can stay within a second of Ham at the detection zone, which he's just fallen out of a second. I should keep him out shut.
Well, he's back in it.
And now he's back in.
Phantom all over the back of SF1 Roads. Oh, Phantom loses it. Phantom spins out. He's down in the 10th now. Oh, wow, he lost it coming out of, I think that was turn 12. Yep, and DRS is
DRS has been enabled.
Ferrari just needs a do-or-die lap.
He's going for it. Look at how wide his entry was coming into turn 1. He rode the curb. Yeah, he did get some oversteer there.
Let's see how wide he takes 3. Yeah, not too wide. Not as wide as Ham.
I figured he'd honestly take the entry of 4 a lot wider, because if you start out with basically your drivers right on the curb, you can carry a lot more momentum through there. I would have thought that he'd have tried that. At this point, he's too far behind Ham. Ham would have to have an
Oh, he's
issue
back
here
in
in
it. He's
turn
back in it.
7.
He's gonna have to.
He's 9 tenths back. I don't think he can do it coming up the straightaway.
He's got the DRS. He's got the DRS though.
Oh, he's within 6 tenths now. Ham he did have a problem in 7.
This is gonna come so close. I think Ham's gonna get it though.
Yeah, Ferrari Nut really doesn't have a chance through the rest of Sector 3. It's so technical and so slow. It's so hard to try to get a car close to make a pass. As Sparky's just taken over SF1. Oh, SF1 Road just spun out.
Oh, Sparky's gonna get the he might not get the reverse pole. Remember.
He will get reverse pole, I think, because SF1 Rhodes is going to be too far behind him, and so is GK Phantom. But Ham Newton has crossed the line as your winner.
But he's also picked up multiple 5-second penalties.
What's happened to Ferrari Nut?
What the?
He's fallen down the order.
Scratched.
Oh, he's gone off.
He's gonna get reverse pole. He's gonna get reverse pole.
Oh, is it
No,
conspiracy theory in me is wondering if he might have tried that on purpose?
He's gonna be second now. All right, so let's go ahead and try and see if we can get our race winner in here for a quick post race 1 interview, just the race winner, so we can keep it short and sweet. If Alderfer, you want to go ahead and try and contact him, it's going to be a Virtusi 1-2 for the feature race. Great result from them with a Prema. Who would have thought that B-Dunk would have been on the podium after that turn 1 incident?
And Meanfern takes over P2, so the Virtuosi Racing team basically takes over the podium.
Most definitely.
Doing this in between races?
Yeah, well, we're doing something new. So we have
Alright.
our race 1 winner, Ham Newton here. Ham, you drove a perfect race there. Had a really good qualifying as well. You blew away the field just completely. Led almost every lap, I can't remember. Just talk me through that race really quickly.
Yeah, I had a pretty good quali. My start wasn't that great, but I think the guy in P2 didn't have a great start either, so it didn't come back to bite me really. Then first it was cool. This side was cool. Rest of the race was cool. I had 2 warnings, so when the safety car came out, I was kind of worried about if I picked up a penalty, then I might lose the lead. But other than that, I wasn't really worried about getting past. Just the penalty if it happened, but it didn't, so I'm happy with that.
All right, congratulations. Good luck to you in race 2.
Thank you. Got to get back in the car. My mechanics are waiting.
Of course.
Well, go get him, buddy.
And folks, that was your race 1 winner, ERS Ham Newton, in the booth with us for a quick race 1 post-race interview questions.
So now it's going to be interesting to see who got the reverse pole. Was it SF1 Rhodes?
It was SF1 Roads, yes.
Okay, so now Rhodes, who showed pretty good pace, is going to be starting at the pole position with Ferrari Nut starting P2. So and B-Dunk has left the session. So it looks like B-Dunk will not be joining us for our sprint race. That's unfortunate. Our field is diminishing, but the show will go on. So anyway, so SF1 Rhodes is going to be on pole. Ferrari Nut is going to be P2. I'm wondering how hard Ferrari Nut will try to press the issue right at the beginning to get by SF1 Rhodes and try to make a run away from the rest of the field.
So the grid for today is going to be SF1 Roads, Ferrari Nut, Taylor, Casper, Deer Hunter, Meanfern, and Ham. Phantom, Sparky, Maverick, Chandler, is Jaylee Bowens it? No, they both left. Okay, so we only have 12 cars in this sprint race. Chandler got off to a really late start there. And I'm surprised how bright it is out at the Catalonia circuit. as they're on.
Chandler's trying to make
finishing
sure his tires are extra warm, sitting there at the line on the grid for just that little bit longer, so that way he can try to run the car a little harder here on the formation lap with a little lockup right there. Lockups are. Oh, and he got oversteered. He's really trying to get those tires hot. He wants to go. He definitely wants to try to recover a lot of points lost in that feature race.
Most definitely, especially for Ferrari. Ferrari, I know, is really keen on winning this championship, or at least giving it a good go. And finishing 7th really doesn't help that.
Where's Chandler going? Chandler's completely off the track. Okay, there he is.
He's in Neverland as he takes the MotoGP line. Maverick doing a little bit of burnouts there. What is going on with these guys?
They're trying to make sure they got plenty of heat in those hard compound tires. They want to make sure that they've got the heat and that they've got more than anybody else. When I'm racing F1 and we're coming to the grid, if I'm one of the cars that's way back in the back, I'm literally going to stay as far back as legally allowed. So that way I've got plenty of heat in my tires and they're sitting on the grid just cooling off.
And it looks like the grid is starting to get formed here. Ferrari starting right beside your pole sitter for the sprint race. SF1 roads, Taylor Guns, Gaspida, round out round 2, row 2. Row 3 going to be Deer Hunter, and well, Deer Hunter's going to be the only man row 3. Row 4, Linford and Ham, as we're going to get ready to go. 5 lights, and it's green, a really short light there from the officials.
SF1 Roads did not get a good start. Ferrari Nut is going to jump him down driver's right, and so is Taylor Clan, almost pushing Ferrari Nut down the front straightaway.
Yeah, but it looks like F1 Roads is going to try and get back at the Ferrari Nut heading into 2, I should say. But it looks like Ferrari Nut and Taylor Clan's going around down the inside of SF1 Roads. He's just been thrown open like a book this first lap so
and
far.
Deer Hunter, look at Deer Hunter putting his nose in there.
Almost 3 wide there.
That was a little cheeky. Oh, that was a cheeky move. SF1 Roads just slammed into Taylor Clan, pushed him off into the sand trap here in turn 5.
Oh, that drops Taylor all the way down. Wow, okay. So, SF1 Roads gets really loose. He's going to drop down like a stone. Look who's already in 3rd and 4th. The 2 for 2 cars of Ham and Meanfern. Deer Hunter in between them. Oh, and there goes Ham. Ham's into 2nd already. Oh, it looks like they've been. Deer Hunter's not giving up.
Almost made contact. Deer Hunter is one of those drivers. He does not want to give up a position. Meanfern getting a lot of oversteer. Look at BRL Maverick, the guy we were talking about earlier. You know, question is, what's he doing those burnouts for? Meanfern getting way late on the brakes. He's going to lose a couple positions there in turn 13.
Oh my, slots it perfectly behind, in front of Chandler, I should say. But look at that. Ham already up in the 2nd after 1 lap. He's up 6 positions.
GK Phantom spun out there on the exit of 15 coming into the Catalunya corner. He's all the way down to 11th now in last place.
Yeah, tough luck for him. He's not had the most ideal weekend, as we're going to be looking at that battle for 3rd. Maverick trying to find a way around Deer Hunter. So let's see if he can get it here into 4. No, he can't. He's going to back off massively. It's going to give the camp off some. Oh, and Maverick gets loose. It's going to give Casper an advantage going into the turn 5 hairpin, but he's not going to be able to make a move heading down into 6, 7, and 8.
Deer Hunter really holding up all of these cars from P3 back. Ferrari Nut and Ham Newton have basically ran away from the rest of the pack, almost cleared by 2 seconds. But Deer Hunter having some issues out of his car with Maverick trying to get by him. Maverick being slowed down now has Casper right next to him coming down the straightaway. Looks like they are. Oh, and Maverick might be making it. Maverick does make a dive on Deer Hunter.
Phantom is spun out. I think at turn 5, right before turn 6. He's spun out. He's about 25 seconds down now. Ferrari
coming here into turn 13. Casper is all over the gearbox of Maverick trying to make a move.
Oh, they almost made contact there. As DRS is going to be enabled this lap, so that's going to spice up this huge pack of cars here.
Yeah, it's not going to do anything for this straightaway, but come the second DRS straight out of turn 9 coming down in the heavy braking zone of turn 10. It's going to change some things as Maverick moves to driver's left coming down the front straightaway to make a move on Deer Hunter. And he's going to make it nice and
he gets it
cleanly.
done. Great move by the Ardent car, getting past the Carlin of Deer Hunter with the Campos of Caspita right behind him. As Sparky's trying to get into the mix as well. Meanfern, he's kind of struggling after that. Early,
Trying to see if Meanfern has damage.
It doesn't look like it. Oh, there's a big lock of Deer Hunter's
Hunter.
around. He's around. Oh, he saved it.
Wonderful save.
Sparky gets around Caspita though. They're running side by side heading to 7 and 8. Will anything happen up it? It looks like Caspita's
gonna work, boys.
Caspita's slotted in, but he's gonna have DRS here. A lot of people are gonna have DRS except for Maverick. But Maverick's trying to drive off into the sunset.
Deer Hunter got it too, so the guys behind him aren't going to be able to take as much advantage.
Oh, he almost hit Sparky. Sparky locked up big time. He's going to move into the 4th. He can shove his way past Deer Hunter. Deer Hunter's going to drop down to 6, maybe Caspita. Oh, nope. He's going to back out there. Smart move by him. Meanford just sitting back and watching this happen while Chandler is also joining the battle. SF1 Rhodes, who had a mistake earlier, he's trying to catch back up. And Taylor Klein as well.
Everybody's back here. Taylor Clan is just sitting back here basically watching this line of cars that he's not going to be able to pass. They're all basically enough to make a move on Deer Hunter one by one, but I believe Deer Hunter was still close enough.
Oh, look at this draft battle as the Campos of moved up to the 5th, getting past the Carlin of Deer Hunter. Can Meanford, Meanford's way too far back.
But he makes a really late move on the brakes. That's going to set him up well for the rest of this run.
Most definitely, it's going to be yellow sector 1. What happened there? SF1 Rhodes, he's in the gravel trap. It looks like he might be out Taylor.
Yeah, I was about to say that. There may have been some hard feelings from Taylor from what happened earlier. We're not 100% sure on that, but I'm pretty sure that Taylor was not happy with the way he was treated in turn 5 earlier by SF1 Rhodes.
Deer Hunter started to drop like a stone. Meanford all over the back of him, heading down to 6, 7, and 8. A tricky, fast complex to the uphill left-right chicane. Deer Hunter losing the back of that Campos of Caspita as they get towards DRS zone number uno of the lap. Deer Hunter.
Maverick and Caspita now running right nose to tail almost as Caspita's really closing up to Maverick in the braking zones.
Sparky, that would be Sparky.
Oh, it's Sparky, my apologies.
And it does look like Sparky is catching on the back of Maverick, though. You were correct about.
Yeah, there was a car catching Maverick.
Yes, a car was catching Maverick.
But Maverick got a great run through the 14-15 chicane. That might help him out a little bit down here.
But be in mind, Sparky does have DRS.
Yes, but Maverick has a great run that's going to put him in. No, he's going to be there in turn 1. They're going to go in side by side.
Great defending from Maverick, but Sparky's going to have that inside, and it looks like he's going to get that move. But Maverick's going to come back down the inside here.
That move. They're going to be side by side coming down into turn 4. Maverick is not going to back out of this.
Caspita's trying to. Oh, Maverick gets.
There's contact.
Sparky's going to move up to the 3rd now. Exciting racing for these guys.
Sparky's going to stay there until Maverick gets the DRS here on this straightaway. Maverick is going to want to make that move as soon as he can.
But then there's also Caspita. Caspita trying to make the move around Maverick. He's going to wait for DRS straight here. While Meanford can't seem to catch on to the back of them. Oh, this is going to be a draft race. Maverick and Caspita. Caspita, they have bang wheels.
Caspita has some oversteer. He's going to have to pedal it. Now Maverick's going to have to run down EGC Sparky as fast as he can coming down here into 14 and 15.
Maverick got a little bit loose there.
Yeah, Maverick getting a little bit of oversteer coming out of turn 12. Makes his way through the 13-14 chicane rather well as Ham Newton sets a new fastest lap of the race. But it looks like Maverick, he's going to get the DRS, but he's way behind Sparky. This is going to be a battle going into turn 1 between Maverick and Caspita.
Caspita down the inside, can't even get the move down. He's going to try and break it as possible. Maverick breaks even later. The Ardent have the braking advantage compared to Campos and Gaspida, he's going to be able to hold on to that fourth position. Sparky's starting to kind of drive off from the two as Meanford's starting to slowly crawl his way back up into that battle for fourth there.
Yeah, these beautiful moves being pulled off by that beautiful BWT Pink Panther up in front of Caspida is being done by an owner of BRL we all know and love so much. He's done so much for this league. It's so great to see him running out front in the top 5, battling hard for a top position.
Most definitely. Ham gets a 3-second
Ham
time
picks up
penalty.
a time penalty.
That's not what he
Caspida
needed.
gets into the back of Maverick.
I don't see any damage, thankfully.
Yeah, there wasn't much contact, but it was just enough that the nose cone kissed the gearbox.
I think that was more of just a warning sign, like, hey, I'm still here.
As Meanfern has now ran them down, he is now caught up to the back. As Meanfern gets super,
he's in the grass.
He's going off.
As Casper's still over the back of Maverick, he's going to be looking at the main straight to be making a move on him. As Maverick's going to be out of DRS range now from Sparky. As Sparky's about 1.5 ahead of Maverick now.
Caspida getting a little bit of oversteer coming out of Catalina corner. He's
Maverick
going to get DRS
really
though.
wide.
Maverick really trying to make the draft breaking work coming down the straightaway.
He's
Maverick's
gonna
going to move down to cover driver's right. It's going to happen again. They're going to be side by side. Maverick braking so late. He trusts his brakes so much more
Look at
than
that,
anybody
he
else here
slices
today.
his way in front of the Campos. He just slices it. He knows he has the room, so he just cuts him off. They're like, no, this is my position. This is my hill.
It is great track awareness and great skill behind the wheel of that car in fourth place. To trust his brakes so much to outbrake literally everybody he's come up against today.
Also, people watching Twitch right now, I just realized. Oh, the title is correct. I was scared that it wasn't. Okay, perfect.
Chandler, Meanfern, and Taylor Clan and SF1 Roads are now basically going to create another train, as it's going to be Chandler and Meanfern with DRS, but Chandler gets a great run. Meanfern's going to move down to the left-hand side of the track to cover off Chandler's move.
Caspida trying to find a way around Maverick.
line.
Caspida trying to find a way around Maverick. Maverick runs a little bit wide at 12. That's going to set him up for 13. Can he dive down inside at 13? No, he can't, so he's going to slot behind him at 14, 15, and 16. Try and get that
Caspida
main
wants
straight.
the DRS. He probably could. Oh, and Maverick gets some oversteer coming out of 15 into Catalina corner. It's now Caspida is very, very close to the gearbox of Maverick. He should be able to make this pass on the straightaway alone as long as Maverick doesn't get any cheeky ideas, which he might.
Nope, he slots in behind.
Oh, he got a cheeky
there he
idea.
goes! He get locked up big time, though. It's going to hurt his tires.
Oh, don't stop. Please, I'm having too much fun right now watching this.
Looks like Caspida is going to move up into fourth now. Getting past Maverick.
But look at Maverick. Look, if you follow on board with him, look at how much later he is on the brakes, and he's not locking up.
Caspida gets a little bit of oversteer there. That's the great thing about these cars. What makes them so interesting is that they're so unpredictable with the oversteer.
Maverick's going to be in a pretty decent position to get DRS here out of turn 9. The uphill right-hander. That's almost off camera. It really kind of throws you off right here a little bit. You feel like it's off camera because of how your car just washes out. He does get the DRS, but he is falling behind Caspida quite considerably. But beautiful job in the braking zone. He makes up so much time on Caspida.
Well, if you just look at the braking, if you just look at the racing lines compared from Maverick and Caspida, Maverick's so much more well thought out when it comes to his racing lines.
Agree, but now Maverick is going to be under pressure from Taylor Clan because Taylor Clan has ran these two down. We're going to have to see if Maverick gets DRS. I don't know. He might be out of DRS range.
No, Maverick's out.
He does
Maverick's
not.
out
So now he's got a draft
Oh,
break. He's
he
draft
did a-
breaking all over the
That was a
straightaway.
great draft break there from Maverick.
It's not going to be enough, though. Taylor Clan's going to get that move. And
Oh,
Maverick
he's
late
gonna-
breaking. He's thinking about it.
Maverick in his late braking. But he is starting to drop like a stone there.
Maverick is like the new Daniel Ricciardo of F2 right now. Look, he's running wide. At this point, he doesn't even care. He's going for it. He wants Taylor Clan.
Oh, there he goes!
Looking down the inside.
No, he's not going to be able to get it done.
think Maverick may have really hurt his tires early on. He maybe should have conserved a little bit more in the beginning so that way he'd have a lot more to push with in the end here.
It's definitely is gonna focus our attention to the front two right now. It looks like Ham kind of have a steady gap to Ferrari now, but he did just go purple in sector 2. So
well, Ham has been setting new fastest laps for the race about 2 out of the past 3 laps. I have noticed.
Oh, Maverick gets wide, it's loose. Meanford's gonna jump up into 6 now. Maverick down into 7th.
Yeah, Maverick's going to be struggling with rear end grip probably the rest of the race.
Oh yeah, look at him. He's struggling so bad right now. He's gonna have to if he cut the chicane. He's gonna have to let Meanford by there. He's gonna lose so much time. I think his race is done there. He tried his best.
He did. I think he gave, like I say, I think he gave it all just a little too early. He's got a little too much wear on these mediums because once these mediums get to a certain point, they're not worth anything. As Chandler's trying to make a move.
Wow.
I just caught that. I was riding on board with Maverick, and I just saw the frame of Chandler making a move on driver's right because I could see it in the mirror.
Flat spotted his tires doing that. Because in real life, that would have been a massive. Oh,
yellow
Taylor.
flag.
Taylor's in the wall.
Got pushed off in turn 5 earlier today. Was making his way back up through the pack, doing a wonderful job. And I think he may have actually jumped out of his car. Being very respectful. And now he's jumped out. He made sure that every other car could get by.
Phantom's tires are done for. If you go on board with him, his tires are roaching.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. That is some wear.
Oh, we've got a battle here for 6th and 7th. Chandler's all over the back of Maverick, right on the gearbox.
He's on the softs. How old are the softs? He's on 1 lap old softs, and they're already done. Oh my goodness! He got put on the wrong tire. That's what it was. I pulled on.
Maverick getting a lot of oversteer. So does Chandler. Coming into Catalunya corner. Chandler has a great run on Maverick. Maverick cannot put the power down anymore. Chandler opens up DRS. Maverick with none. He's going to get left out to dry here on the front straightaway, almost like a NASCAR at Talladega. He has no speed to keep up with Chandler going down the straightaways. Chandler making a good clean pass.
Chandler keeps on locking up though. It's going to ruin his tires in the long run. As we come down to 2 to go right now. Well, 3 to go might be bad.
Yeah, I don't really think it's going to affect him that much. Chandler really kind of saved a lot this race. We didn't really see much of him in the early going. So I think he's going to have plenty of juice left as Maverick's still dealing with a lot of oversteer. Caspita is almost catching up to EGC Sparky now. Caspita was back by about 3 seconds a couple laps ago. He's now ran that down to just under 2 seconds.
Oh, Chandler! Chandler's out! He's crashed out! Chandler lost it at 7 and went straight into the wall. Oh, is that going to bring out a safety? I can't.
No, I think he's too far off the track. You shouldn't really see a safety car or a VSC. But now Deer Hunter is caught right up to the back of Maverick. Deer Hunter is going to get DRS on Maverick coming down the front straightaway now.
Wow, so Chandler out of this race. Phantom just made a pit stop.
As Caspita just run the new fastest lap of the race, and he's ticked off 4 more tenths on Sparky. He's got to push now. He could almost catch Sparky and make this really interesting for 3rd place at the end of this race.
Most definitely. Looks like Meanford's probably going to be content with 5th after struggling mainly throughout this entire sprint race.
So right now, our only 2 drivers that are still on track with time penalties is Ham Newton. Ham has a 3-second time penalty, and GK Phantom GK Phantom had a 3-second time penalty as well.
Yes, that's
That 3-second time penalty doesn't look like it's going to affect Ham. EGC Sparky's the closest car to him, and he's about 10.5 seconds back. But look at Caspita. He has run down another 4/10. He might be within DRS range onto the front straightaway, which really put him near the back of Sparky to have a good go coming down the second DRS straight out of turn 9.
Yeah, it's going to make it a definitely interesting, a very, very interesting last lap. And somebody has spun out at the last corner. It's Phantom. Phantom spun out again. He does have DRS.
GK Phantom.
GK
Phantom gets it. Right into the wall. Unfortunate for him.
Caspita's DRS is closing so much on Sparky. Heading into the last lap, this is a do or die lap for Caspita. Look how close he's gained. He's 4/10 away now.
And remember, he gained 4/10 between this point and turn 9 last lap without any DRS assistance. So he may be right on the back of Sparky when we get to that second DRS straight.
Most definitely, as it's going to be very, very interesting to see coming into that between turn 9 and 10, that DRS straight that actually we were talking about, where turn 9 is kind of off camber, so Sparky could be pressured into making a mistake there, or he could be pressured to make a mistake at turn 7 and 8. And it looks like somebody spun out. It's Phantom again. Okay.
That's a common occurrence right now.
We'll stay here to this battle for third right now. Sparky trying to hold on for dear life from Caspita. He's trying to weave all over the circuit. But I think Caspita's ran out of time. If he had another
Caspita's really closing up on him, though. He may be able to make a move like he almost did on Maverick here in turn 13.
Yes, but he's also lost a lot of time. He's lost about 0.2 of a second. But Sparky, can he get it? Can he defend it? It looks like he is. Caspita's trying so hard to get the move done. He's right on his tail.
If Sparky has an issue, he's gonna get him.
He's
This is gonna be close, boys and girls.
And I think Sparky's just gonna get it. Yep, Sparky just.
Oh, Sparky by a car length.
By 62 hundredths of a second.
As Caspita sets the new fastest lap right there at the end of the race, trying to hunt down Sparky.
My goodness.
What a weekend for F2.
Wow, another sprint race ceases to amaze.
And Sparky gets a podium, and remember, he started in P10, did he not? He's up 7 positions. He's the biggest mover of the race.
Most definitely. Really good race for him. Maverick finishing 8th. He didn't even finish. He DNF'd.
He may have been that very last yellow flags that were being waved in sector 2.
Yeah, it seems like it. So now we're going to go ahead and get to the podium. Ham on the podium again. Ferrari not winning the sprint race like he did last week. So Sauber team by Charouz with another win this with another race weekend victory. But I think Ham has definitely won the overall this weekend. The Bertuzzi of Ham Newton extending his championship lead now from Ferrarina and other people I don't know. The ART Sparky on the podium, great result for him. But the Charouz team definitely have to be happy with Sparky, as we're gonna go ahead and try and get our drivers into the party for the post-race drivers interviews.
Well, we have Ham Newton and Ferrari Nut here in the booth with us for podium interviews. But I believe Sparky is not going to make it, yes, because he does not have a mic. So
we're going to go ahead and start with the over the weekend. Yeah, okay. So over the weekend, Ham is one of the. Okay, so we will go with the feature race podium. So we'll start with. Sprint race podium, my bad. We'll start with Ferrari. Ferrari, you drove a beautiful race and an excellent start, and you just kind of drove away from the pack as they were all making mistakes, and you just had a picture-perfect race. Just talk me through that.
There really wasn't much to talk about. More to talk about the first race. That went pretty well up till the final corner, and the car just decided to
what happened?
Not go straight. It just decided to not go straight coming out of the chicane. I guess it got that back tire on the curb a little bit, and that one time it just decided it was not going to like it. for some reason.
It was
despite
not
the fact
going to
I've been on-
cooperate one final time, huh?
Exactly. But I think if that safety car hadn't come out, I might have had something for Ham, because the 2 laps prior to it, I pulled 6/10 a lap on him on both laps, and that cut the gap basically almost in half. So I think if that hadn't come out, or if it stayed out one less lap, I might have had something for him.
Well, most definitely. Well, at least you won the sprint race again. It's your. I see you won last week at China in the sprint race. So definitely keep the streak going. We're gonna move on to Ham now. Your overall weekend winner joined us in the booth earlier. Ham, you had an amazing first lap. Avoided all the conflicts on course and ended up second after lap 1. Just talk me through your thoughts on the first lap.
Yeah, the first lap was interesting. I kinda went down the inside. On the first corner, then went outside of turn 2. Inside of turn 3, I've made like 3 or 4 passes in 1, 2, and 3. And then I don't remember what happened the rest of the lap, but then I was behind Deer Hunter at some point, passing around the outside, and then set my sights on Ferrari. I think I had maybe on average like a 10th or 2 a lap, but it wasn't enough to catch him. Made a few mistakes, some like big mistakes that cost me like half a second or something, like stuff like that. But yeah, I don't think I probably would have caught him. If I started right behind him, maybe like only second back, would have been interesting. But 2.5, 3 seconds was a little bit much for the short of a race. But I'm happy.
Well, lap 1 may have been interesting for you, and then the rest of the race may have been boring. But we in the booth were having a great time with everybody behind the 2 of y'all. It seemed like the 2 of y'all just kind of drove away, which is what the 2 of us kind of expected once we saw you in second place and Ferrari in first. We kind of expected the 2 of y'all to get away from everybody. But what was going on behind y'all was just some of the most amazing racing we've seen in a long time.
Nice.
All right, Alder, if you wanna
I'm happy to
ask-
watch it after this.
Alder, if you want to go ahead and ask them the any questions.
No, I don't really have any questions to ask. All the questions I had were answered in the sprint race, except for this. There was a bit of a question about some sort of a conspiracy theory that Ferrari nuts spun on purpose so that way he'd start on the front row for the sprint race.
Okay, folks, get
Yeah,
your
there
tinfoil
would've been
hats
less
out. I'm going to
points.
throw away a second place for pole in the sprint race. Yeah, that's a. Get your tinfoil hats out, people.
I heard that
All
too.
right, and that is gonna wrap up our show for tonight. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, for Tier 2 at China. I believe. No, yeah.
Yes, China.
Yes, China with BRL Blue Flag, which is me, and of course Aldifer once again joining me in the booth for Tier 2, and then Tier 1 Dan the Man and can't remember the other guy. I feel bad. They'll be commentating. They'll be commentating Tier 1 at 10 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you tune into those. And BRL XE are going to be doing a fantastic job commentating Tier 3 at I think at 6 Eastern or 8 Eastern. I think 8 Eastern on Monday. So make sure you tune out those streams, and then make sure you come back and watch Formula 2 next week. Same time frame, 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock Eastern. My mistake, on Friday nights, of course. I'm your BRL Blue Flag, your host, and we will see you guys next week.